talking about the Fightins here. The Fightins.
Swing and a drive, left field. It's gone. It is gone. It is bedlam at the bank.
The Philadelphia Phillies are 2008 World Champions of Baseball.
Podcast right here. You already know. Go fucking subscribe.
You are now listening to the 302 Birds Phillies postgame show with Eric, Chaos Chris, Dalt, and Ballpark Tommy. Proudly powered by TickPick. Check out the link in the bio for $10 off your first order today. Let's take it to the show.
Well, we are none of those people, but we got it covered for you. Ring that freaking bell. We got to win. Let's go. We won a series. Come on. The Phils take it 7-2 over the Chicago Cubs. And what a day it was. I am KJ McCoy, joined by CJ Rome on the road right now.
On the road, boys.
Thank you, Rome, for checking in and hosting this with me. I appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me, man. I'm fired up. That was a big series win, 2-3. Hopefully they can keep it going into this weekend.
What'd you think of that first inning that we saw? There was a 3-0 lead we had in the first inning. What'd you think of what we saw from those guys right away off the bat?
Yeah, I mean, that's everything that you're looking for. You know, you want to jump on them from the get-go. And I mean, I honestly didn't watch the game, but I had it on in my headphones.
Yep.
Listening to Fransky on the radio, but. I believe Turner started off with a base hit, and then Schwarber drew a walk, and then they kind of just scrapped around. And at a time where they're struggling, that's what you kind of have to do. You gotta get runners on and just try to make something happen. So that was absolutely huge.
Yeah,
so
it was a huge first inning for sure. It really was. I mean, to get the 3-0 lead, that really showed the command that we had at first. So that was great to start the game out like that. I definitely think that was definitely a stepping stone for the rest of this game. And then obviously, I mean, we saw some homers from both Alec Bohm and Kyle Schwarber as well. We actually saw an almost homer, but it happened to be a triple. I didn't actually see the play, but I was also listening as well. I mean, Rome, you might have seen it. I don't know if you've seen it yet, but Castellanos nearly had a homer, apparently, from what I heard on the radio.
I didn't see the highlight. I heard it hit off the railing in the left center field. They were talking about I think it was the yellow line in left center.
Yeah.
Luckily for Castellanos, he kept running and he got a triple out of it. I think he ultimately got thrown out at home plate on a little shot ball, but I mean, hey, sometimes, you know, that's how the game goes. He just missed it. I mean, if it was 2 inches higher, it's probably out of the park. So,
no, exactly. I mean, that would have been such a spark for this team. I mean, the good thing is, I mean, he just kept on going, and he was racing for home plate, obviously. But I mean, he just kept on going. He didn't look back one bit, which was great. And I think that honestly just kept the energy going with this team. But, I mean, both homers that Alec Bohm had and Kyle Schwarber just started off. That was a moonshot by Schwarber against his former team in the Cubs. What did you think about that?
Yeah, that was huge. I mean, Schwarber was 3 for his last 32 plate appearances coming into that at bat, I believe. And, you know, I guess the last few games he's been he's been right on it. You can see some of his foul balls have been kind of hit or miss. And when you're going cold like that, you're going to miss him. But hopefully that picked him up here. And maybe he could get going hot into Friday, Saturday, Sunday against the Blue Jays because they're a good ball club. They got some good pitchers. And, we're going to need him, especially with Harper out of the lineup as a left-handed bat. So.
Speaking about pitchers, this was a great comeback game for Luzardo. What did you think about him? I mean, he had 10-plus strikeouts in this game. I think it was maybe 11 or 12. But he was looking like he was looking earlier in the season when he was a Cy Young candidate. But obviously there was 2 games recently where he actually struggled a lot, and he gave up 20-plus runs in 2 games. But now he comes back in this game. What did you like from Luzardo?
Yeah, I mean, you make a good point. His bounce back start was huge to have 10 strikeouts. And if you look at his last 2 starts, there was a report, I believe, on Twitter saying that his off-speed pitch, he was coming through with his front leg a little bit quicker than the fastball. So maybe the opposing teams had a read on him in those last 2 starts. I obviously didn't really watch the game. I just listened to it on the radio. But for him to come back and have 10 Ks, and the Cubs, I believe, they're the number 1 team against left-handed pitching. So for him to come back and kind of have that start, I mean, huge. That is that's kind of what you're looking for out of a guy that's been struggling. And just like you said, KJ, giving up 20 earned runs in his last 2 starts, right? What was it? Was it 20? I mean,
yeah, I think it was 20 for those 2 games that he was struggling. I think one of them was it both against the Blue Jays, or I think it was the Blue Jays and another team. I'm trying to think who it was.
The Blue Jays and the Brewers.
Yeah, Blue Jays and the Brewers. Both teams started with B's. So but yeah, no, it was great to see him have those strikeouts and kind of get his confidence back. And we were talking about recently, I think we were talking about how he's kind of adjusted with, I mean, coming from Miami, I mean, that small market, being in a really in a stadium there where there's really not too many fans, and they don't get too many fans at all. When then you come to the bank and you got roaring red, like you got a red, like big extent of fans, and it's like it's insane. So I mean, like the Phillies fans are different than Marlins fans. Marlins fans don't really exist. They really don't. So I think for him, obviously, we thought that he was maybe getting a little bit too much noise in his head. Obviously, I mean, those games that he was pitching, Brewers and the Blue Jays, that was away. But I think it was good for him to get his confidence back today. As I think we maybe just lost Rome. He's kind of frozen right now. He's on a walk right now back from work, so we appreciate him joining in. We will wait for him to get back in just a moment. I'll let you guys know. Oh yeah, here he is. All right, cool.
I'm back.
There he is.
That's my bad. My connection just cut off.
No, you're good. You're good. No worries. But yeah, also our buddy Otto Kemp actually had a great hit today, and he keeps his streak going. What'd you think about that?
Yeah, I saw that base hit to right field. I believe he poked to the right-hand side. Yeah, I mean, look, with Kemp, it's all going to be about staying hot now. And if you look at the lineup that they put out today, they want Kemp to play more first base with Harper being out, just so Alec Bohm doesn't get pulled over there at third. I mean, I kind of like the play. The only difference is obviously Bohm is a bigger target over there at first than Kemp.
Right.
But, I mean, depends what day it is. I mean, if Bohm, or I should say if Turner overthrows Kemp, it could be like, okay, well, maybe Bohm would have had that. But, I don't mind the call. But with Harper coming back here in the next week and a half, it's going to kind of come down to whoever has the hot bat is going to stay. And that's either Weston Wilson or Kemp. Because, as I said 2 previous shows ago, I don't think they're going to pull down a left-handed bat. I mean, you really can't. You have Kepler, you have Marsh. I think they're 2 kind of like glue guys that you need. And I just personally think that if something's going to happen to one of them, Kemp or Wilson will be sent down. It's just a matter of who is hot at that time. They're going to ride the hot bat.
Yeah. So, yeah, no, the good thing is Otto Kemp right now is very hot. And I mean, he's definitely contributing to this team. It's great to see for sure, because this was like his first start in the MLB recently. So, I mean, for him to actually get a start and then actually to contribute is pretty cool. And he's our age too, which is really cool. He's 25.
Yeah.
He's 25. He's actually a couple months older than I am. He was born in September in 1999. I was born in December 1999. So he's 4 years old. 4 months older than I am, but it's cool. It's cool to hear that though, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, as we were talking about before though, we saw this opponent recently. We were up there in Thompson land, in actually our Rob Thompson, his hometown hometown, home state, I guess you could say, over there in Canada. I can't even keep track where it is, a state or whatever. But yes, obviously the Blue Jays, we have them again, but they're coming here to South Philadelphia. What do you think about that series? What do you expect?
Yeah, personally, I mean, this could be a hot take. I know the Yankees are playing hot right now. They're playing some good baseball. But I think in the long run, and if you look at the rosters, obviously you have Aaron Judge and, Cody Bellinger's kind of hot, but so be it. I think the Yankees are kind of top heavy. I think the Toronto Blue Jays are the best team right now, roster-wise, in the AL East. They have everything going for them. Their pitching has been hot. They're kind of on a hot streak here. They're now above 500. They could make stuff interesting in that AL East. So you really have to watch out for them. But I think if you're the Phillies, though, you're at home. You just won 2 out of 3 against the Cubs. You got to be fired up, especially the way that you've been playing. I guess CBP should be sold out this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah. I think for a confidence boost and a morale boost, you need to take 2 out of 3. I don't think you could lose the series to these guys, even though they're a good ball club. You got to take 2 out of 3, and then you ride that momentum into the following week on the road. So I think it's a must series win here.
Yeah, that'll be huge for sure. Yeah, now the Phillies go at a record of 39-29 for the season so far, and they're kind of catching up to the Mets. I think the Mets are maybe around like 44 or something like that. They're up there, but they're in first place, and then I think we're in second in the NL East. But I mean, what do you think? I mean, these games, as you were just saying before, I mean, these games are crucial for us to get back in the hump, back in the first place spot. I mean, where we belong. I mean, how do you think this team can do that?
Yeah, I mean, every game matters, KJ, like you said. And, I mean, it doesn't matter if you're playing the Rockies or if you're playing the Los Angeles Dodgers. I mean, you look down the barrel and, you want that number 1 seed come October 1st as you enter into October. So I think you got to take it like any other game. But like I said before, I like our chances. And I think if they get hot here and they get Harper back in that lineup, that's going to be huge. And then they play a home series against the Mets, as you were just saying, on June 20th to the 22nd, which is a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So, like I said, that could be the changing of the tide, where if you take 2 out of 3 against New York, you might jump on a game or 2 in the standing. So, I guess all the games leading up to that series, absolutely huge. I believe they got the Blue Jays here. Then they got to go on the road to Miami, which you hope to win that series. And I think they play the Braves on the road. So we'll see. We'll see what transpires, but that's what we're looking like right now.
Now, I was going to ask you, I saw this comment. What do you think about this? And I mean, I know a lot of Phillies fans right now, it's hot and cold. I mean, there's certain days where we're just like, oh, Rob Thompson's the best manager. What do you think of the people that are saying that Rob Thompson needs to go?
Well, yeah,
I mean, it's a little drastic, right?
I mean, I think it's a little drastic. I kind of want to see him show some more fire. I mean, I know he got thrown out of the game versus Brewers at the game that actually we went to on that Saturday. He got tossed there, but, you kind of want to see some more fire out of him, especially if something's going bad. I mean, as fans, there's only so much that we could see, obviously. We're not going to see something in the clubhouse. We're not going to really see anything behind the scenes. So for now, I think he's fine. It's more up to the players and just kind of getting the bullpen situated. And look, I mean, Thompson could only do so much with the bullpen. I mean, if you look at last night's game, they brought out Banks, who's been very good, but you pull in a Carlos Hernandez.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
Taiwan Walker, God. Right? Yeah. You pull out Hernandez, who just got DFA'd. You pull out Banks, who's been actually very good. You pull out Taiwan Walker, like I said, and then there was one more that kind of scuffled, and I mean, that's all that he could work with. So for right now, until something happens at the deadline, you're kind of in this spot, but that's as much that he can do.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, they really got to figure something out because the bullpen is definitely – the good thing is it wasn't really a problem today because Luzardo really had a great game as an ace. And then I think Lazard came in, not to confuse people, but Lazard, I'm trying to think his first name, but
Max Lazar.
Yeah, Max Lazard.
Righty from AAA. Yep.
Yeah, the righty, from AAA. He came in. And then I believe to finish it out, I think it was
Mercado, right-hander.
Yeah, Mercado did. Okay.
Yeah, he got called up for Hernandez, who.
Okay, he did. He's the guy who got called up. Thank goodness. Yeah, thank goodness, because I think he maybe would have. Hernandez probably would have gave up like 2 runs, most likely, and then he probably would have not lost. But I still think hey, he is a liability for sure. And we don't need any more liabilities at this moment. We need, as you said before, every game counts. We got to get every game. And I think, especially to win this series, this is a huge series to win against a good Cubs team. This team, don't give. Yeah. I'll tell people this all the time about the Cubs. Give them credit though. They have talent over there, and they definitely could have maybe beat us in this series. But I wouldn't sleep on the Cubs in general, because they still are a decent team. And they got Kyle Tucker, who we know really well. We saw him in the World Series a couple years ago, unfortunately, and he just owned us, and that was unfortunate. Yep. But yeah, I think the Cubs do have a legit team over there. They also got I'm trying to think the guy from Japan.
Suzuki, Shota
Suzuki, their DH. Yeah, Suzuki, and then they also got Dansby Swanson. Yeah, Swanson. Yep, from he played for the Braves. Yep. So they got some hitters. They haven't had a team. The Cubs have not had a team like this in a little while, where they feel like, okay, yeah, we can go into the postseason. So I think the Cubs are in a very similar situation as the Phillies. They have talent and everything like that, but sometimes in these kind of games, sometimes their bullpen doesn't help, because their bullpen for them on their side didn't really help them today at all, because we were hitting. So that was a good thing to see. Everyone was getting involved. Kepler, it was good to see guys like that be involved, especially the night after Kepler got a homer. I think he got a 2-run homer the night before. Yeah. But yeah, no, good win for the Phils, and they will be taking on the Blue Jays next at home. I believe that's not tomorrow. I think it is. Is it tomorrow?
No, it's gonna be Friday, Saturday.
It's gonna be Friday. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. 3-game series. With the Blue Jays, and we will be having. So I will either me, Dalt, Freddie could not make it tonight, today. He's actually working. So as you saw in the comments, so we're not going to be doing Freddie's corner, because Freddie is not here. I don't want to do Freddie's corner without him. It's just weird. So you can't do Freddie's corner without him. It's just that's just weird. That's like spaghetti and meatballs without sauce. The Italian, yeah, there you go. Little Italian in there for you.
Absolutely.
But Italian example. But yeah, we appreciate you guys joining in. This is my first time ever hosting it like this, and I appreciate Rome for taking the time on his walk back to his apartment. Appreciate you, Rome, and we got the dub, man. Ring the bell.
We gotta ring it, baby. Ring it again.
Let's go, guys. Thank you guys for watching. And we will catch you guys soon. Go Phils. Come on. Let's go.
Come on.